Okay, I still had it muted. And I still do not know how to get rid of this graphic on the screen. Prince Harry and Jill Biden together again. If I don't get rid of this, people are going to start to. Uh, oh, wait a minute. Nope, that didn't work. All right, never mind. Maybe it'll just fall off. Maybe it'll just fall off. That's like when you have that noise in your car. You have the old car and it has that clanging noise, and then all of a sudden it doesn't clang anymore. Now, one or two things happen. Either what was clanging was very important to the car and it won't run anymore, or whatever it was has fallen off the car and and it's okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I did something the other day. Remember when I was toying with the idea of changing the graphics? And anyway, I guess it didn't work or some. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna respect his privacy, whatever is going on. But that is so strange. I mean, it just won't go away. Let me see. Let me try this. See, still there. Okay. All right, so let me say hi to a few people. As promised, I was coming back. So I'm back. We won't stay on for long, I don't think. But I did manage to retrieve a few things, and I'm going to assume that most of the stuff you have not seen before. Um, but maybe you have. But I was combing social media and I wanted to make sure I could see as much stuff as I could find because um I wanted to see what was going on. Since we can't be there, the next best thing is to see what's going on. So that's what I've been doing with my time. And thank you all for helping me celebrate the anniversary earlier. That was very, very cool. And let's see here if I can do this. Yes, got it. Got it. Nope, that doesn't work. I need to take something away to make that work, and I know exactly what I can do. All right, so wunderbar. There we are. Aha, perfect. Okay, so as I said earlier, I would be back, and I am. And so take a look at this. Take a look at this. So the Duchess of Sussex is wearing Valentino. She's wearing Valentino. Beautiful white, oversized Valentino. Um, I haven't figured out the handbag yet. It was somewhere, and then I looked the other way, and somewhere is nowhere. So but if I can find it, I will try to. And maybe if you know already, then just go ahead and type it in there. That would be helpful. Sister and Cece wants to say hi to a few people, and I'm going to help her out with that. Oh, I didn't say hi to anybody. Hello, Sherry Ware, Alita Portress, Raven 299, Elizabeth, Denise Jones. Elizabeth, I have to say it like Hyacinth's bucket. That's bouquet. Oh, Elizabeth. Not my Royal Dalton with the hand painted periwinkles. Um, oh, B10 is back. Cool. All right. And Connie Balmer. All right. Sherry Ware is here. Rosa Roberts wants to say hi to a few people. And so on and so on. Okay. So since I'm doing a second one today, I am going to reward myself with a pint of Ben and Jerry's New York Super Fudge chocolate chunk, if they have it. And just to make sure I have earned those calories, I'm going to ride my bicycle there. Yes, I'm going to ride my bicycle. I think it's okay to have certain things so long as you exercise on the way. Amen. Okay, so as for the handbag, did anybody figure that out? I'm looking. Nobody? Okay, no matter. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that trending tomorrow, if not already, white double-breasted oversized suit. They're gonna pee a pee. There's gonna be people shopping for that like crazy. So, fashionista. I believe Fashionista is a magazine. Fashionista has let me see if I can see the small print. Let me see if I can oh, you guys watched it? You watched it on TV? You guys watched it? Oh, wow, that must have been nice. You were able to watch it on ITV? Wow. Okay. Okay, let me see. Some old bats on Facebook had the nerves to say something bad about Megan's pantsuit. Of course they did. Of course they did. Yes, Valentino. That's what I heard. It was Valentino. Okay, so let me see if I can see this small print. I'm going to enlarge the font. Or actually, I'm just going to expand the screen. Ever since announcing her engagement to Prince Harry, the world's eyes have been fixed on Meghan Markle and her style. We'll be following the Meghan Markle effect trademark. Now you see there's a little TM up there, trademark. With our column, Meghan Markle wore a thing. Oh, that's cool. I like that. While the rest of us, me it says, are over here having a wardrobe crisis as we try to navigate the sartorial implications of in between season April weather. Meghan Markle, unsurprisingly, has it completely figured out. On Friday, the Duchess of Sussex, along with the Duke, Prince Harry, made a public appearance at the Invictus Games in the Netherlands, where they attended a reception for competitors and their families. She chose a crisp white suit by Valentino for the occasion with a slightly oversized silhouette, flowy pants, and double breasted jacket. Yeah, so that's what they had to say in Fashionista. Okay, and then this photo, I actually didn't get one of the close up photos, but there's like a combination chain that goes across the back of her hand that she has raised up. And I believe it's connected to a ring or something like that. But anyway, it's a very delicate piece of jewelry for the hand, and you just really can't make it out in this photo. And here's a sneak peek for you guys. The scene is set and sound checks complete for tomorrow night's Invictus Games Netherlands opening ceremony, where Harry and Meghan will both make stage appearances. On Sunday, the couple will attend some of the IG22 events taking place that day, archery, athletics, and sitting basketball. So there is a sneak peek of the stage for your consideration. That is the stage that is going to host the opening ceremony. Pretty elaborate too. Um, yeah, looks like it has kind of an X-shaped catwalk. Oh, and you know what? Oh, that's pretty cool. That makes sense too. There's no steps. Those are actually two ramps that cross one another, as far as I can tell. So that's pretty cool. As we would say here in the United States, ADA accessible, Americans with Disability Act. Yeah, so everything is ADA accessible. So that is very cool. Okay, and expected, right? Okay, so let me see if you guys have any comments before I go on. Okay. Why are you surprised these enabling strangers are reactionary, prone to bashing Meghan For them is cheapest thrill they enjoy most. Yeah, very true. Very true. We should not be surprised by that. Is par for the course, as they say. Yeah, very much expected. Sorry, I think I'm dehydrated, maybe. I really think I'm dehydrated. I really need to drink water. Oh, no broadcast rights in the United States. Okay. I have been trying to work this out with watching it. I have seen some links, but I didn't want to share those links because I would kind of they look suspicious to me, and I don't like to share links that I'm not certain of. So, yeah, for that reason I didn't want to share them. So, if you guys if you can think of something better, let me know, but I'm kind of skeptical because that's what happened with the NAACP Image Awards. There was like a ton of links, and none of the links made sense. They were just like some kind of gimmick. So I don't want to do something that's going to compromise your devices or whatever. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut until I know for sure. I figured by game day, I'm sorry, opening ceremony, we should know better. Hey, Church Nelly, Lydia, Gwendolyn Daniels, Joseph Bernal, did I say hi? Heather Dawn Simpson, hi. Okay, so let me take that away. And there. The photo on my left is my new favorite. Well, on everybody's left. That photo is my new favorite. I love that one. And then there on the right, I'm not exactly sure who the guy Harry is talking to is. But anyway, these are some close ups. And by the way, I have a video that I want to show you. The video is kind of longish, but I will share it with you. But before I do that, how about this? Catherine Michelle says, reception of unwanted, very irrelevant, very minor, very unpopular indeed. Right? So this is the bank of cameras, a pool of cameras that was facing down the Sussexes, because after all, they are the least important people on the planet, the least important. To show you how unimportant that they are, there is probably, oh, I don't know. Did they say it was going to be like 200 or 300 media outlets represented for the Invictus Games? That is how unimportant they are. They're so non-consequential that it seems like Lottie Dottie and everybody is there. So, okay. Hello, Maverick Baron. Are you going to be wicked with to the Royals today? I'm in my Betty Davis voice. That would be terrible. Plus, to do Betty Davis, I have to have a square. And I don't smoke, so since I don't smoke, I really can't get into character with Betty Davis. With Betty Davis, you have to wave your arm around with that cigarette in your hand and everything. You know what? I know where I can find some cigarettes. I know where I can find some. That's where I can find a cigarette. Okay, so moving on. Moving on. Oh, you're way ahead of me. That's right. Borrow one from Afro Annie. That photo on the left, if that isn't a picture of healthy freedom, let's go back to that before I go on. Yes, yes, I see what you mean. That's exactly healthy freedom. Let me see. Okay. Okay, let me see. Um, uh, one moment. Okay, there we are. All right, so let me go and look at a couple of more comments. I'm sorry, I had to do a thing there. That photo on the left. Okay, that's where I was. Hello, Sherry. Where? Okay, I just saw a report on Inside Edition saying it doesn't look good on. Oh, Bertha, I know what you're talking about. I don't know why they have to see. Part of me wants to believe Inside Edition is an American institution, something that has been around for some time, and that we should, you know, think that they're going to be pro Sussex. But then they always have to find some so called royal reporter. It almost seems like anybody with an English accent will do. Anybody who has a very posh English accent is worthy of criticizing the Sussexes. So I saw that report. It was pretty painful. Because I'm kind of excited to see as much as I can today. I have let my guard down and I did watch that one too, and it was pretty awful. So I do apologize that you had to suffer through that. But yeah, I did see it and it was super tacky. So I guess on an occasion like this, it as much as we want to see everything, for your own mental health and well-being, it's probably better to stay away from it if you can, even though the temptation is there. So, but yeah, I understand. I understand. I did see it. The handbag is also Valentino, $3,000, and I love it. My girl has their black four. Has their black four back four? Okay, I'm not sure, but all right. Thank you, Michael Miller. Sunny B, and Squatties, happy Good Friday. Pleasure spending it with the fam. Lots going on, and we live for these days. Absolutely. That's what I'm here for. Okay, so I was here and I was making a comment about the paparazzi laying it on so thick, even though the Sussexes are supposed to be not so important anymore. Hi, Joan Garcia, Bear, and no matter what anyone does, no one can steal Sussex Squad's joy with the Sussexes. You're absolutely right. And that's what they want to do is they want to discourage us. I don't think so. Lynn Harry is something right, and there's so much attention to the Invictus game. Oh, okay. Thank you, Fabi. Let me see. Anastasia Isabella, a hater on Instagram, came out to say that Meghan copied Doolittle wearing a white pantsuit, but it was a different style and design. And designer Valentino. Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that. Well, I mean, and just think about it. As many times as I just said in the past few minutes, I know I saw that. I know I saw that. That lets you know that the Sussexes are winning because whenever the Sussexes are winning, that is when the haters lay it on thick. They can't stand the notion that the Sussexes are going to receive all this positive press. So everybody from Russell Myers to Inside Edition and so on, everybody is after them. But what those people don't, I guess, give them credit for is the Sussexes has something called a Sussex Squad. We got their backs, so we're not going to be discouraged by this what do you call it, ignorant um comments and stuff like that. Okay, so let me do this, get rid of that. Hmm. Oh, that and that. Okay, so take a look at this. The last time the Sussexes were so irrelevant The last time nobody was paying them any attention. The last time we were told that the Sussexes don't matter. And look at that. You remember this? This is from the um, One World Trade Center. The One World Trade Center. Remember that? Look at all those cameras that came to greet them. Now, this was the day when one of the reporters coined the phrase, Madam Duchess. Now, I don't know which one of the reporters it was, but it was an American reporter who was being very respectful. And mind you, we don't have a formal official aristocracy here. But in spite of all of that, someone who sounded like a white man of European descent was very respectful to the woman of color of African American descent to say to her, Madam Duchess. He wasn't sure, but he was sure about the idea that he wanted to show her the proper respect. Only for them to go to the UN, and I don't know if the lady was from Australia. Some people said she was Australia. I thought she was English. The one that yelled out that question to them, and I didn't even think about it when I first saw it, but then I made a video later because I realized I'm like, hey, she's getting awfully familiar. That is, Your Highness. You know, that's what you're supposed to say. His or Her Highness, or at least throw a Prince Harry or Duchess Meghan in there. She just barked out the question, like, and for someone who is obviously from a Commonwealth country, even if she wasn't English, if she was Australian, you know what to say. You got manners. You know what you're supposed to say. You better put a little spin on it. Okay, yes, Harry and Meghan should just be flying back and forth to Europe every 2 weeks for fake funerals. Exactly. Harry went to the funeral. Philip had two memorial services and one funeral. There was a memorial at the chapel. That was when someone decided to try to take advantage of the nation's grief, if people were grieving, but take advantage of the fact that there was an implied grief with everyone in the nation. And you remember that? That was when this is the actual still shot of when he ran over to the camera. This was Philip's memorial service. There was two. There was one, they had a prayer service at that little chapel on the estate, wherever they were. They had a prayer service, and then there was the funeral, and then a year later they had the memorial service. So um, Harry went to the funeral. That's it. But to fly back and forth like that, that's a non-starter, especially without adequate security. Not today, Satan. Not today. Tommy and that dusty woman Baron imitates. It's like fish out of water because they learned of Harry and Meghan's presence. United Kingdom after they left. Am so tickled pink about it. Yes, yesterday was a fantastic day, and today was like heavenly. Yesterday was yesterday was a good old messy happy day, and today was just pure happiness. But yesterday was kind of a messy happy because we learned a thing or two about Her Majesty the Queen. Okay, let me see here. It just won't work. No weapon. That's right. No weapon shall prosper. I know who to watch and who to give zero energy. Folk who had no clue about anything 24 hours ago can't claim to be experts now, right? Like the so-called exclusive of the Daily Fail. Even Chris Ship, that ship with a P, not a T, he even said, "What's the exclusive? What's exclusive about it?" Inside Edition has been trash media since the beginning. Not worth watching. Anyone with sense knows that there is no security risk when no one knew they were there. Now, see, that's a word play, and I want to be very careful with that because that has become a tabloid talking point wordplay. Well, if they can get around without the elaborate security this time, how come they couldn't do it last time, right? And I'm not insinuating, Tash, that you're saying that, but I'm just saying that's one of the things that they're trying to do, the tabloid reporters. And the thing is, we saw two motorcycles, we saw the van, and we didn't see any other parts of security because it was just a split second narrow view, right? So we didn't see everything, but we saw enough, right? So um we can't even determine, and that's the irresponsible part about it, is that these tabloid reporters are making this assumption that they have figured out exactly what level of security was at play when they really do not know. Not to mention, they were at Windsor, and during the tape, in the middle of the day or morning or whatever at Windsor Castle. Um, I could only imagine that when someone comes and goes from the castle, that there's a heightened sense of alert at that time. Just like with the White House, they managed to have intruders in the White House a couple of times because when the president is not there, then the security becomes very lax. Not absent, but lax. There's not as great a security bubble around the first family. And so when the queen is in residence or whatever, you would expect, especially considering the type of events going on that day, you would expect if there was a heightened amount of security at that point. So, yeah, it's become a bit of a wordplay. I hope I haven't belabored the point too much, but uh, your girl Troll Face Levin, yeah, was saying that she thinks Harry and Meghan are trying to bring the. I saw. I didn't see the entire interview. I couldn't take the whole thing, but I did hear that part of it. I was kind of skipping through, and I heard that part of it. So I didn't see, and I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and I probably won't. I'll take your word for it. Not a frozen pork chop. Oh, I love that. She should be slapped with a frozen pork chop. I love it. Let's see. Valentino website went up to 200% after the Duchess of Sussex was seen wearing the white Valentina. Cool. Cool. Okay. Wow. There's a whole bunch of messages. Let me scroll. Let me scroll. Good grief. That's a lot. Okay. I'm sorry. I was stuck there way too long. I should have been scrolling. The trolls are scrambling and scratching attention, but they look so dusty and petty as they always were. We'll feast on their tears. I should flavor ramen noodles, I think, those tears, because it's going to be a lot of them. Baron, what a wonderful day we've had today. Thank you for putting the podcast together for our enjoyment. You're quite welcome. And apropos of that, I think I should keep moving. Let me see. Harry let William know that he knows he is the architect of the smear campaign and tried to kill his wife, allegedly. At this point, who doesn't know William and Kate are the major players? Well, you know what they said. And okay, there it is right there. There it is. He said it himself. Um, Dan Wooten launches a tirade against the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It's so much easier for them to blame anything uncomfortable on the R word rather than address the fact that the negativity toward them is coming from inside the royal family or inside the house. He has such a creepy, creepy, creepy voice. Creepy. Oh, I mean, just it's so much easier. For, Oh man. But yes, the calls are coming from inside the house. And when I saw this, I don't know if I've ever said it, but when I saw this comment, that's how I ended up with this, is because I saw this comment and it just reminded me of that movie. Of course, I think I was a kid or a teenager or whatever when that movie came out, but that's my mind just instantly took me there, and it's been stuck there ever since. Because you know, Dan Wooten Tootin loves to talk just to hear the sound of his own voice. And by doing that, he loves to let people, and that's the thing about these gossipy tabloid reporters, they want everybody to know how clever they are. And by doing so, sometimes they make huge mistakes and they get things wrong, and they'll never owe up to it, of course, but they make huge mistakes. And so at that particular point, he felt so emboldened by the position that he holds because of this alleged relationship between Kensington Palace and himself and Jason Knopf, all of which is alleged, but he and Jason went to college together. So it's not too much of a stretch to assume the worst. Not to say that I officially know that to be the case, but I mean, come on. If if it walks like a duck and if it quacks like a duck, then the calls are coming from inside the house. So, um, chances are that's exactly what's going on. Again, alleged. I can't prove it, but I mean, come on. I wonder if I were the press, Meghan's fashionista, Kate Curtin lady. No comparison. Meghan wins hand down. You mean Kate's Country Kitchen Curtain Ensemble? You didn't like that? The one that looked like she snatched down some kitchen curtains and said, "Here, make this." Okay, next. This is what I envision. From this point forward, for the next few days, the tabloid reporters are literally going to sleep. The paparazzi, that is, are going to sleep with their cameras ready. They're probably camped out someplace very close to wherever the Sussexes are staying, ready to take photos whenever and wherever possible. So that's the vision that I have of what's happening with the royal rodents. I think that they are probably camping out. They are gathering up, like, I don't know, in their little dens or wherever they hang out, just so that they're ready to stir the pot, if you will. So, and the reason why they're doing that is because the two least important people on the planet are in The Hague right now. And just to make sure that we know that they're not important, they're all camped out so that they can take photos and share whatever little anecdotes to go with it. So, so long as we all know it and we're all on board with it, then because they're not important. They're just not. Everybody on the planet wants to know what they're doing. Whatever Meghan wears sells out. But remember, they're not important. They're no longer relevant. Chris Ship with a P, not a T, is never going to speak of them again because that's how inconsequential they are. So I'm going to change gears just a little bit here. Um, and when I change gears, I need something. Um, hmm. Okay, yeah. And then after this, I'm gonna do a video for you guys. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yes, I'm gonna do a video. Let me see if there's any comments before I get into this. Church Nelly, I am so excited. I just can't handle it. I'm about to lose my mind. I'm going to dance every chance I get. Oh, okay, Sonia Johnson. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I want to. I want to. All right, Sonia, I'm on board with that. Okay. All I know is they're going bananas with the level of discretion and professionalism the irrelevant has displayed. Yes, yes. And if we get anything, and I was thinking about this earlier today, one thing that I know for sure is that the Sussexes, they have not put a foot wrong. They have not put a foot wrong, not in the least bit. The Sussexes have by far been more professional um, since they, of course, while they were with the family, and since they stepped away from senior royal duty, they have been far more professional than the Cambridges have. The Cambridges have been stumbling all over themselves, losing half of the Commonwealth, right? And then William opening up his mouth and saying the most ridiculous things. And of course, Duchess Doolittle, um, you know, with the posing with other people's children just for the sake of perpetuating this idea that is Dr. Joyce Jazz Hands, she has some type of insight into a child's mind that this is Dr. Joyce Jazz Hands, right? She has more insight and is more capable of identifying child development than anybody else. And anybody who can do that with their hands that often, they got to know what they're talking about, right? And then the weird thing is that the jazz hand thing has become contagious because now William is doing it. So that's all I'm saying. Dr. Joyce Jazz Hands. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to talk about this right here. Formerly used by the Dutch. Oh, did I do that or no? Did I? Oh, I did not, right? Okay, sorry. Wait, give me a second. I'm on it. Okay, maybe I did do it. Formerly used by the Dutch royal family, the 122-year-old gold coach was criticized for featuring R word colonial imagery. It is now on show in Amsterdam. Now, this article is, I believe it was put on display perhaps in 2020, maybe 20. Yeah. Anyway, it was on display in a huge glass case. And if I'm correct, I believe that glass case gave you an opportunity to see the carriage from at least three sides. And the carriage, the coach, was commissioned for the royal family, and it is layered with gold. And if it looks kind of familiar, obviously it was created in the image of the Queen's state carriage, or whatever that carriage is for the coronation. I think they use it for the coronation. It was created to in response to that, or perhaps it predates that one. I'm not sure. I don't know the exact history of it. But this one has been used by the royal family. It was on display, and well, let me just go on here. This is the problem. This is the problem. I just watched the video, and it was in Dutch, so it was, aside from perhaps Helene, I don't think most of us would understand what it was saying, but this is the reason why they stopped using it. They said they're not going to use it until they can. I believe his words were, he said that they're not ready to use it right now. The reason why they're not ready to use it is because that there needs to be conversations about the images and what they represent. So King Willem, he literally spoke about the Dutch colonial history. He literally spoke about it, something that the royal family in Narnia seems to get wrong so often. I mean, they play around with it, but they won't speak directly to the point of it. So let me go to the next slide. But notice that, of course, the people of color, the people of African descent are very subservient in those images. And these panels are the reason why they won't use it until um, they can have some conversations. That's not the words that he used, but he's the king now, right? I believe his mother was Beatrix, and she stepped down because she didn't want him to be a bitter old man, like where is he at? She didn't want him to be a bitter old man that's waited, 70 or whatever years before he gets on the throne. So she decided it was time to step down and to give it to her son. This guy is still waiting for her, who is still waiting for Philip. Philip. Okay. So, right here, why is the Dutch royal family golden carriage so controversial? Critics say the coach, which is set to go on view at the museum next June. Remember, this is an old story. Features the R word colonial imagery. An elaborate gilded carriage used by the Dutch royal family may be retired after years of debate over the R word colonist imagery that adorns the side panels. Reports, oh, is it Tot? Anyway, you see that name right there. Okay, Titia. That's what it is, Titia. Um, Katalar, Katalar, for local newspaper NRC Handelsblad, right? The artwork at the heart of the controversy, or for you English people, controversy, is an 1891 triptych by Nicholas van der Wey, titled Homage of the Colonies, as Hakim Bashara writes for the hyperallergic, wow, that's a weird name. The scene depicts half naked Black and South Asian people kneeling, prostrating, and offering gifts to a white woman seated on a throne. Huh. Haven't I seen that recently? Critics argue these figures, likely enslaved people, are presented as submissive to the royal authority. Okay, so that is the problem with that. So the king of the Netherlands, he said that we're just not going to use it. There was some, I believe. Okay, yeah. So that was the end of that, and I'll go back here if you guys have any comments about that. But yeah, so they're just not going to use it. They took it out of service, and I believe it may possibly when things are worked out. When things are worked out. In other words, when there is some type of satisfactory atonement, then I believe at some point they may use it again. If it includes those side panels for future use, I would surely doubt that. The side panels is the big issue. But in the king's words, that the wealth from the slave trade is what made the Netherlands so prosperous. That is what King Willem said. The king himself said those words. The wealth from the transatlantic slave trade or the slave trade, the colonization, that is what made the Netherlands so wealthy. So if I have an opportunity, I will definitely leave the link to that video in the community tab so you guys can see it for yourself. Helene, it hasn't been used for years. It was restored before it was on show in Amsterdam in an exhibition about our colonial past and slavery. Yeah. Have you seen that video where King Willem was speaking about it? I saw it today actually, and when I was like doing some research earlier, I just came across it. This is like the second time that I've encountered this golden coach, and that was the first time that I've actually heard the king speak about it. So I thought it was a very powerful speech that he gave. Well, it wasn't so much a speech; it was like he did a video to go along with something else. But I guess it was like a press release video or something like that. But anyway, it was interesting to hear his words about it. So, what do you guys think? The king speaks the truth, and everyone knows the same for the U.S. and most of the white world. Thank you for that, Maverick. Let me see. I have no comments, but because I don't even understand the thing, I see some black people up there. Uh huh. Okay. I'll move on then. All right. So that's sick, sad image. They need to do more than talk about that image. That's true. That's true. Well, what impressed me with what the king said, though, there was this um I guess there wasn't this assumption that anything that he said was going to be political, and it didn't sound as though he was trying to avoid the politics of it. That's what impressed me, is because our usual reference for anything to do with royalty always defers back to the Queen and to the House of Windsor. So it's not too often that we ever have an opportunity to hear from any other royal families anywhere, unless it's just like some quick news story. So, okay, the Dutch actually started it. They set off the whole Baroque thing. Well, the history of slavery goes back to the Roman times, and I mean, if you just want to be honest about it, for the African transatlantic slave trade, yes, um, that was a European thing. They took the slaves to the Caribbean and to the Americas and such. But I mean, yeah. So officially, for Africans and contemporary, America and Europe, that is a big issue because that was, how Europe became so rich. So it is definitely something that needs to be discussed, and reparations need to be sorted out. Those images, though not pleasant, are not as brutal as the British images. Yeah, well, I'm sure if you look far enough, you if you look in some of the stately homes, you may find something that looks a little more brutal than this. I mean, but this is, an idyllic situation um, depicted in these panels. But okay. All right. So anyway, I just thought I would share that. It's a good thing that this conversation is being had. What comes of it, I don't know. And it's one of those things that no matter what's said, it could probably never be enough. But I'm just glad that somebody is starting the conversation. I could appreciate that. Okay, so as promised, let me see. Well, I'll do this, and then you know what? I'll do the video now. I'll do the video now. So, I think the video may be about 3, 4 minutes long. So I'm gonna mute my mic, and this is like a collect. It may not even be that long, but if you guys remember, let me just prep you for this video. If you guys remember the thing about the baby and the coat, and um, well, earlier I showed the video, and I didn't have the start of it, so I found it. I'll share it, and then you can see, everything for yourself. Okay, so here we go. And if you don't recall, um, there was a woman walking with a baby, and Meghan had removed her coat. I'm sorry, the Duchess of Sussex removed her coat because there was a sudden drop in temperature. Now, usually, when there's a sudden drop in the temperature and the wind picks up, and you could start to see your breath because the temperature has dropped so low, that usually means that the Duchess of Cornwall is near. If there's a sudden change of the atmosphere without explanation, that usually means that the Duchess of Cornwall is close. Okay? Okay. That was the little bit of shady that I'm going to share today. I'm not going to be too shady tonight. I'll get her next time. I'll get all of them. I'll get all of them next time. All of them. You. I'm gonna be cool with you right now because you did something and we ain't gonna trip right now. But the rest of you, you man, you um especially you and you, all of you. Messy is coming your way. Look for some messy in your future. Okay, video time. Especially you, Easter Island head person. Okay, let me get rid of her. There we go. All right. That was the longest I've gone without Messi in I don't know how long. Okay. Oh, okay. I got this. Do that. And hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay, here we go.
Find that very well, yeah. What was baby Lily?
Mental?
Never snapped it.
Zo raar.
Yeah. And what's the name? Clara.
Gaat er niet die baby mee naar de baby? Nee. Was het een baby?
Maar dit kind is nog veel ouder. Voor mij ook. Zo'n half jaar geleden geboren.
Het is een heel jong babytje. Als je het zo ziet.
Ik kan geen terrein is dat ik Oh fuck, ja hoor. Ja hoor. Oh fuck.
Okay, so that's what I had to share with you guys. So I that was what I could find, and those are the ones that are shareable. And yeah, so I hope you liked them. Um let me see. And then I got a few more things to share. But yeah, I loved it. You know, it's by watching, and what I love about those kind of raw videos like that is that when you are looking at something from a person's cell phone, even though it's so crude and everything, that's as close as we can get to just actually being there without the filter of, like Inside Edition, where someone comes on and says something hateful when you least expect it. That's as good as it gets. So I'll take it. I'll take it if that's what it takes to and of course, because it's a public event, it's not as though it's intruding on their privacy, because that's also important. We should never share anything that's an intrusion on their privacy. Glad you liked it. Glad, glad, glad. Oh, I'm so glad. Cool. Now today was a stellar day for the Sussexes, and by default, the Sussex squad. I mean, if they're having a good day, then that means we're having a good day, right? Right. So, because there are no leaks in Montecito, very important. No leaks in Montecito. So I just want you to know this is I cannot confirm where this photo was taken, but it was shared on the Twitter. But somebody's not having a good day. Somebody just lost half of the Commonwealth, and in response to that, they decided to go skiing. I think, I do believe that this is not, I mean, they posted it today. I hope it's not like an old photo. It could be. I don't know. But as you guys know, they have gone skiing, and since we can't see the top of his head, maybe, maybe not. As you know, someone had a Swiss chalet at rock bottom prices, and the only person who could readily just, reach in her pocketbook and pull some money out probably owns that new chalet. And so when it was time to go skiing, I'm pretty sure, well, I got this new place that I got this new place that you all could use. So yeah, I think that this is like a new photo, but yeah, it was shared today, and we do know they went skiing. So, and because he's actually with her this time instead of like the last time that they went skiing where he was with someone else, then maybe it's a real photo. Because if you guys remember, that was that time he went skiing, and instead of spending time, he ditched the Commonwealth Day so that he could go skiing. And after taking the obligatory photo or two, then he wound up on the dance floor dancing like somebody's daddy. And next thing you know, he was seen in all the papers and everything. Hello, Ivy here. Hey, Ivy, thanks for joining us. But yeah, so that's what happened last time. So I think that is a bit of a what do they call it? A perp walk, perpetrator, perp walk. But yeah, he lost half the Commonwealth that time. So they went on vacation. It's amazing that people put up with that, with all of the things that are going on with the economy right now, that they would have the nerves to take a vacation as though they actually earned it. That is incredible. That is incredible. But take a look at this. This is something else that wait. Oh, sorry. I got it. Give me 1 second. I want to share this with you all. Um, you know, the last few days, I know that you all have heard this several times from the derangers and from the tabloid media. Oh, they'll be there with Netflix. They got their cameras for Netflix. Um, I have it on good authority that the Sussexes are not the only ones capable of doing that. As a matter of fact, let me see. Oh, this thing is not working. Give me one more chance. One more chance. Let me see if I can make it work. Nope, it's not doing it for me. Sorry about that. But yeah, it was you may have seen it before. It was William with a camera crew of his own. And just to be shady, I did so much want to share that with you all, but it is not giving me the opportunity. So anyway, I will carry on. I will keep calm and carry on. And if I can sort it out, then I'll share it with you guys later. But right now it is saying no. So, okay, let me move on then. And if you have some comments, I'll be there to take a look at it in a moment. I mean, I can work this out. I can. I just need a second to do it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Let me see. This might work. I tell you one thing from being on the Royal Sussex. I had some editing skills prior to this, but now I am I surprise myself some days. I really do. Um I surprise myself. Okay, did that work? Yes, no. Try that one more time. Oh, it did. There we go. Cool. Oh, and it's in play. There we go. I got it, you guys. All right, I'll show you. It's so short, you'll be like, why did you even bother? But
Prince William, bro.
Spots royalty in the ends.
Yeah, that's Prince William, bro.
Spots royalty in the ends.
Yeah, that's Prince William, bro.
Does he look like a natural or what? Huh?
Yeah, that's Prince William, bro.
Spots royalty in the ends.
Yeah, that's Prince William, bro.
Spots royalty in the ends.
Yeah, that's Prince William, bro.
So the next time they have the nerves to say something about the Sussexes and the Netflix crew, this guy barely does anything like that without a camera crew. I mean, we could all remember that disaster, the Earth flop or plop or whatever it was. It went plop anyway. We all remember what a flop that was. Well, he had a camera crew. He was being followed by cameras. A lot of good it did, but this was supposed to be like one of the most defining moments in our recent history. And this is what was supposed to make him legendary as a royal. This moment was supposed to be his big moment. Did you all see him on that thing with Kate Blanchett? Did you all see that? That was a disaster. This was supposed to be his big moment, and yet it was an abysmal failure. It went south fast. Harry is light years ahead of him. And the other thing that I have that's kind of aching or irking me, I'm sorry, irking me, is this thing about if it wasn't for William, there would be no Invictus Games. That is a lie that needs to be put to rest. that lie has taken on a life of its own. You guys, the derangers are coming after us on social media only to try to get in our heads and discourage us. That's what they're doing. That's the only purpose of that. There was supposed to be throngs of people in the background yearning to get a glimpse of all the celebrities and all of the power that this future has to command the situation. Wah wah, nothing. It was a disaster. It was a big fat nothing burger. Every When he put on that jacket, that was when well, actually it goes back before that, but I just can't get enough of that jacket. But yeah, that was a big failure. Let me see if you all have any comments. Willie just needs to give it up. It's nothing he can do. Nobody cares about anything he does. He literally went to the Caribbean, and it was just like they said, "Here you go. What's that? You're behind. I'm handing your behind to you," because it was a failure. It was a failure. It was everything that is wrong with a royal tour. And even up until that point, he just had that thing where he was talking about a smile and a wave. That happened. The whole thing about there's the wildlife in Africa and the environment and all that kind of stuff. And then protesting about fossil fuels. And he's a big hypocrite. It makes no sense. And Jason Knopf, I don't know if Jason was supposed to be there to help him or destroy him. I mean, it seems like everything was designed to destroy him. And even Omen Scobie, bless his heart, Omen Scobie couldn't help but notice the fact, and then he decided to write about it, the fact that the leaks he said there was no way that the Sussexes visiting um, unnoticed like that would have happened, but for the fact that they didn't get an opportunity to leak. William just happened to be out of town and nobody knew anything about it. And see, like I've been saying, William controls everything at the Kensington Palace, but he doesn't control Windsor. Not yet, he doesn't. I mean, I think the idea of I'm going to move close to Windsor is so that he can put his influence on everything there, because absent the Queen and absent Charles, he would be the senior royal, right? And so everybody's going to tap dance to his music. That's what happens at Kensington Palace. That's why it was a nightmare for the Sussexes, is because this is his kingdom. That's his domain. But so far, Charles is the only other voice that matters at Windsor. So he doesn't have any authority there. Otherwise, if they had moved in already, chances are everybody would have known about it. Even before the plane took off from LAX, everybody would have known about it. So thank goodness, even though they keep threatening to move the Windsor, thanks goodness they haven't done that yet. Don't forget, William and Kate are unaccustomed to be working, and so vacationing is the only normal thing. You're right about that. They can vacation like nobody else, and nobody can duck their head and hop in the helicopter like Kate. I've never seen it. If jumping into the back of a helicopter was an Olympic sport, Kate would bring home the gold, because I have never seen anybody who could jump into a helicopter more efficiently and with more dexterity than she can. Of course, maybe that's from all those years of night clubbing and jumping in the back of taxis and such. Oh, by the way, I got a Cash App and I got a PayPal since I've been talking. I just noticed that on my phone. Thank you so much for that. I won't say the name because I don't think you use the same name on the thing here, but thank you, JF. Thank you for that. And as for the Cash App, and you know what, guys, I know I don't always answer these as fast as I should, but Let me see. Okay. Starts with a K. Starts with a K. Thank you for that. I very much appreciate it. And I am very much not a R word squatty. And I have never slept rough with a black man. But William has. He slept rough with a black man. And thank you both for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, so let me carry on. Yeah, I just noticed it's been over an hour already. That is so fast. Okay, now that's the Duke of Sussex is living in California. Team Australia thought it appropriate to continue the tradition of gifting stunning new bungee smugglers to the Duke. And I guess that's a term used in Australia, bungee smugglers. That's what they call the very skimpy, tight underwear. Or is that for swimming? I think it's no, I think it's for swimming. Yeah, those are for swimming. Those are swim trunks, swimming a swimsuit or whatever. Yeah, but I tell you, if I tried to put that on, it'd look like I'm flossing. So it looked like I'm flossing. Okay. And with that visual, let's go on to the next slide. And so I think that is Team Australia. Yes. And then we'll go here. I'm going to change. And that is Tammy Duckworth. That is part of the American delegation of visitors, as mentioned by the White House yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, so they're there to represent the United States. I don't know who the guy is, but I guess he's one of the competitors. Yeah, I think he's a competitor, and that is United States Senator from Illinois, the Honorable Tammy Duckworth, who was injured while in Iraq. The helicopter she was on was shot down. I think she's a helicopter pilot. Yeah, the helicopter was shot down. So that is how she sustained her injuries. But my favorite thing about her is not just that she's a mom and that she's a Democrat and a United States Senator, um, but she's very quick to give the Orange Minister what for. So anybody that takes him on is a friend of mine. Can you imagine the level of coordination that went into Harry and Meghan visiting the Queen? You know, I'm so glad you brought that up. I'm so glad you brought that up because there's this theory going around the I guess the Twitter sphere. There's and so after I did some detective work, and you know that I was going to have to do some digging, right? After doing much detective work, I do believe I found the source of the coordination. Okay. I have sorted it out. Give me just a second here because, I like to get to the bottom of things, right? And so when I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, that is a lot. I mean, with everything going on and, what with the okay. Um they say that the Queen has a burner phone. They say that Gangsta Gan is in possession of a burner phone. I do believe I think I have located the burner phone. So let me know if you think that this is plausible or not. I think we got it. There it is, the royal burner phone. That's it right there. That is how they managed to coordinate this entire event. Otherwise, after the Queen told Charles and and his emotional support Camilla, after she saw them leave and she had a chance to be by herself, she just kind of waved them like, Bye. I'm just gonna stay here with Philip. Philip. She pretend like like she was senile, like Philip was there and everything. And they were like, "Poor Mama, won't be long now," not realizing that the Queen, as they say, is in robust health. Then she whipped out that burner phone and said, "Okay, come on over." They were staying over at the Frogmore cottage. Um, you know, they were staying there with Jack and Eugenie and everything. And the Queen had managed to get rid of these two. And then as soon as they got around that corner, burn a phone. So that is how it happened. Let's see. Okay. Um, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to yeah, if you could put that in the comments, I'll see if I can share it. But please do. If you put that in the comments, I think I'll try to share it. Thank you for that. Okay, so problem solved. The case has been closed. See, that's an analog phone. The new phones are digital. So by the Queen pulling out that analog phone, there was no way that modern equipment would trace it. I mean, that phone shouldn't even exist anymore. So ye old royal burner phone is actually the Queen's old celly that she had from back in the day. It may have been the one that they used in that movie, The Queen. So what's impressive is the fact that she can lift it up. I mean, they don't call it the brick for nothing. It weighs about 2 pounds. It takes about a month to charge it up. So, yeah, not as feeble minded as people were led to believe, I would imagine. The Queen was on top of it. So, even though we've had our differences with Her Majesty, I think that if she keeps this up, she may manage to redeem herself. Um, as I mentioned yesterday, the Queen routinely patrolled the grounds of Windsor. And as you know, I don't think that phone would fit in that particular purse, but I'm sure she had it stuck someplace. Maybe maybe there was a corgi, maybe there was a corgi that didn't move, and maybe that corgi was not a real corgi. Maybe it's where she hides her burner phone. So maybe she has a little corgi that's hollow on the inside or something. I don't know. But she's been in trouble before. She's no stranger. But yeah, so and that's what happened when Charles went to that service. The Queen was, peeking out the window. And as soon as she saw those tail lights, she whipped out the burner phone. It could happen. Okay, so and then don't forget there was also this. I mean, they have been in contact. They have been in contact. The Queen already was a subscriber to BET or whatever. I think it was on BET. You know that she keeps a subscription to BET. So no doubt she was watching the events you know, at the NAACP Image Award, right? Yeah, so that's it. The Queen likes to downplay. Uh, she likes to downplay her. Her she she has street cred. She has a little street cred, and she likes to downplay things because it's more helpful if people think that she's a bit, naive or twisted or whatever. So she plays the role. She plays the role. I think let me see, what was this yesterday? What is that, Juliet? She said, I'm sorry. But this whole thing is hilarious. I could imagine Betty pretending to be senile while the courtiers followed her around the palace to ask her what's on her diary for Wednesday, only for them to find out that the Sussexes visited her after they left. So, burnophone. It was all a matter of the burnophone. I have solved it. That is my version of things. And again, there are no leaks in Montecito. I don't know why I don't start my own detective agency. Okay, so let me make sure I don't have any other videos to share with you guys. I don't think I do. I think that was it. I do believe that was it. I think I put all of them on one long video, which I think is what happened. There's that one. That one. Yes, I put everything on one long video, and that was it. So, yeah, you guys have been great today. Thank you so much. And oh yeah, and then there's this, just a reminder as to how Royal Sussex started. Again, it's been 1 year since Royal Sussex became a channel. Before that, it had a different name and only a handful of videos. But April the 15th, that was when I finally committed myself to the Sussexes. Uh oh. Okay, let me do this. And I got to take that away. And here we go. Okay, and that is how Royal Sussex started. It was because I watched the royal wedding back in 1981, and from that point, I had always dreamed of being in the UK doing a royal wedding. Not, actually at the wedding, but if I could just be in the crowd, I thought that would be really cool. And my dream came true. Notice I didn't go to the other wedding. I wasn't interested in that one. That one didn't excite me. But when I heard about Harry's fiance, I had to get in on it. So everything seemed to come together. Thank goodness. I am happy. Okay. Beth Lewis, you say, I bet you that the Queen and Charles were the only ones that knew that they were coming because, if his brother knew it, would have been all over the tabloids before they even got there. Well, Beth, there's even a question as to whether or not Charles knew about it. Okay, um, from what I've been told, um, from listening to other people today, is that there's even a question as to whether Charles actually saw the Sussexes. Now, that being said, there's a big blaring headline. The Queen insisted Harry and Meghan meet Charles before audience with her. But family's first face-to-face chat since Meg's, I don't like to use that word, and Oprah lasted only a quarter of an hour. That's according to one of the Dickies, this time Richard Kay, on a day that will help decide Duke and Duchess's future as royals. Now, um, I don't know what's implied by on a day that will decide their future as royals. They're always going to be royals, okay? And as for their future as royals, they left. They are not working for the institution anymore. They have taken their own path. They're making their own way. They're not requiring money from the institution. They're not going on frivolous ski trips at the taxpayers' expense. They are their own agency, if you will. They don't need that. So, but yeah, that's what I saw on the headline from the fail is that Harry only gave Charles 15 minutes. If that is true, and we don't know it to be true, there are no photos. There's nobody coming forward to say that they witnessed anything. There's even a big question as to whether or not this so-called busload of people is even accurate. Nobody knows if that's true. Yeah, there you go. There you go. We don't know. We don't know. But I just so you know, and I'm not encouraging anybody to look. Um, there's going to be a flood of stories in the tabloids, and they are going to scramble to take over. And it's a good thing we're starting the weekend because this will slow them down a bit. But the morning talk shows, Monday morning, the morning talk shows in the US is going to be inundated with all of these stories about the Sussexes and that there was an olive branch and some type of redemption. They're going to do their best to spin this in a way that makes them look good. And from what I hear, Charles has gone out. They said that he almost fell over himself getting back to Windsor. If indeed that happened, we don't know. Um, as we say, there's no leaks in Montecito. Unless we hear from Montecito, then it's probably not true. It should not be accepted as truth. It should be considered fiction if it doesn't come from Montecito. So, with that being said, I'm just not going to buy it. Okay. Were you in London at the wedding? Can you talk about what it was like, please? Can I talk about it? Can I talk about it? Oh, you're in the right place now. Yeah, yeah. Ask any of the regulars here on Royal Sussex. It's not whether I can talk about it, it's whether I can shut up. So picture it. Picture it. 2017, Thanksgiving, I purchased a ticket for a 2-month grand tour of Europe. And I know y'all ain't laughing at me. A grand a grand tour of Europe. No, but seriously, if you want to see more, I do have a video for Harry and Meghan's anniversary, and I think it's called the anniversary video. And there's lots of images, okay? And these are not professional photos. These photos are just like the videos that I shared. It's what I was able to see while I was there. So I do recommend that because it will show you what the world appeared to be for me as a tourist. So again, the photos are not great, but that wasn't the point. I only wanted to show you what I was able to see. And I think you'll find it interesting if you check it out. Um, I know somebody pushed my button, and here we go. We're off to the races. But yeah, the atmosphere around Windsor was magic, right? It was magic. And everybody was in a good mood. Now, this is the weird thing that happened for me. I was in Italy 2 days before the wedding, and I had to leave from, I think it was Rome, and then I had to take the train because I bought a rail pass, so there was no flying. I had to take the train back to London, and I was so tired I almost missed it. But then I said, no, 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 no. you have gone through all the trouble. You got to go to the wedding. So I did go. And when you get off the train, there was like everybody walking toward the the route of the processional route for the carriage. Only VIP people could actually be on the grounds of Windsor just to stand outside to watch them come and go. You had to have been invited for that. But there was decorations everywhere. I bought a flag. It was a great day. Everybody seemed to be in great spirits. You could see all kind of media and everything. It was a party like atmosphere. There were people having parties like, on the little side streets and everything. And then of course, um, there was thousands of people along the parade route. So after the wedding was over, some people went home, and then some people walked toward Windsor, and that's what I did. I walked toward the castle, and I was literally like right outside the gate. And then maybe 2 days later, I actually went to the St. George Chapel after they cleaned up and everything from the wedding. I actually went to the chapel, and I went and I stood right there in the same spot where they stood. I mean, it was open to everybody. So that was great. And if that wasn't enough, I even had a chance to see her bouquet. The bouquet was at the Westminster Abbey, which is a tradition to put it on the grave of the unknown soldier. And so I actually could have picked it up if I wanted to go to jail. So, oh, Sherry, my iPad battery is about to die, so if I'm gone from the chat, goodbye everyone. Was it the talk of my time in Europe? Is that what's eating your battery? It's so weird that this happens all the time when I bring up Europe. Suddenly people have a thing. Suddenly people think they just saw a UFO. Somebody thinks that they need to change the air in their spare tire. There's always some reason to leave the conversation when I bring up my 2 month, 62-day, and 64-day and 63 fun field night tour of Europe. All of a sudden, people have a thing. That's fine. Go on. I'll be okay. I could always talk to myself. It's okay. It's happened before. Oh, okay. You know what? I wasn't done, was I? What? Did somebody roofie me? I didn't even finish my slides. What happened to me? How did I get off on that? Where am I? Okay. So I forgot all about these. Oh, anyway. So that is some representatives from Ukraine. There's the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in the center. And the guy to the right of Harry, that is Pete Buttigieg. He is the United States Transportation Secretary. And I don't know those other people, but I know, well, I think everybody else, those other three people, are representatives from Ukraine. So there you have that. And oh, thank you. Thank you. The only thing is, I sometimes when I start talking about Europe, I lose all sense of time and space. Okay, and there they are. There is the before mentioned and a couple of other people again, representatives of Ukraine, and of course, United States Senator Tammy Duckworth. I love that jacket she has on. I love that jacket. Let's get a close up of that jacket. Huh? Huh? She is, I mean, she's very cool. You can tell she's very cool and down to earth. I love Tammy Duckworth. Okay. Let's see. And there's Harry, and they're at the Zuda Park, which for the period of the Invictus Games is known as Invictus Park. And that, of course, is from earlier. You can see that Valentino or Valentina handbag. And of course, that is, I think Harry is just like right in front of him. But there's a nice close up. And there's Harry. Look at the way that kid is awestruck. That kid is absolutely awestruck. And if that's his mom behind him, I mean, she just looked like she's gonna sop him up like biscuits and gravy. She's like, hot dog, a real prince. Yep, I mean to tell you. Okay, and then on the right, there's Harry. Look at the soldier right there. Harry wants it to be known, even though this is a casual, relaxed atmosphere, I'm always going to protect my queen, not the queen, my queen. And here's that guy. I don't know who that is, but you can just see the light coming out of their faces. And look at there. Is that the cutest thing you've seen all day? That is so cute. Look at that. The what do they call them? Clogs or whatever. Look at that. They have souvenirs. They have souvenir wooden shoes. Yeah. Dunkyval. Yes, they have the souvenir wooden shoes. That's the cutest thing I've seen all day. And as mentioned before, and I said I was going to address it later, um, Duchess Doolittle, the Duchess of Cambridge, does not own the rights to the white suit. White is the color of the international women's rights movement. White is the color of the suffragettes. White has been used as a way to symbolize equality for women for years, right? So there's no way in the world, like I said, don't let these derangers come for you because they're trying it. They're trying it. So yes, I have to laugh when I think about it too. Your Duchess, Madam Duchess. Okay, so that's it. That's it for the slides. Um, as per usual, much love to our faves, the queen of everything. I got to change these photos, you guys. I know it's just like by the time I get here, I haven't thought about it again since. But the queen of everything, uh, Queen Doria, our queen of everything. And of course, our Queen of Hearts, Princess Diana. Yeah, I got to change these photos. I'll get to it. And I think I have. Oh, you know what? Let me make sure I didn't have any other photos I wanted to share. The burner phone, I got that one out there. I think I'm good for the photos too. And I showed you the Cambridge's potential possible. Okay, yep, that was it. I think I'm good. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep, that was it. That was it. Okay, you guys. Any final thoughts for the day? Once again, thank you all for making Royal Sussex like the fastest growing Sussex friendly channel in all of Sussexdom. In just 1 year, 365 days, there is over 450 videos, 5.2 million views, 13,300 subscribers, and a very, very handsome virgin. See there? A very handsome virgin. Or somewhat of a virgin, but handsome anyway. Uh, yes, a very handsome virgin. who wanted to see a royal wedding, and that's how he became a squatty. Right. To defend the Sussexes. That's what I'm doing. Well, I mean, I don't think YouTube can come after me for saying a thing about a virgin. I mean, I could be a virgin, who knows? Chocolate Thunder? Yes, even though I have had those days when I was a little behind on the rent and I may have worked as an exotic dancer. Um you know what they say, make it rain. Make it rain. Chocolate Thunder always makes it rain. Okay, so that's it for today then. I will just think about it. It's like the old days when we go to bed, we wake up and there's a flood of photos. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. When we go to bed tonight and we wake up in the morning, we are going to be flooded with photos of the Sussexes. Do you all understand what that means? We're going to go to sleep. It's just like in the old days. They're over in Europe. We're over here, some of us. Some of you all are in Europe and Africa and the Caribbean and Canada. When we wake up tomorrow, there is going to be photos of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex everywhere. It's like old times. I love it. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. We are going to have um, Harry and Meghan everywhere, and the haters are going to just they're going to be incandescent with rage, but we're going to be happy, and that's all that matters. Okay, so who wants the last word for the day? Eldridge, thank you so much. Thank you. And this is a happy anniversary. I feel so good about Royal Sussex. I really do. I didn't know where this was going to go. I remember I reached out to a couple people with platforms and I asked for help and nobody helped me. And I'm so glad that nobody helped because I had to learn fast, and fast I did. I exhausted myself, but look at where we are right now. Look at where we are. And instead of feeling helpless and unable to express myself, having this platform and having you all to like uplift this platform and all the other platforms is what gives purpose to my day. It really does. And I hope I'm doing the same for you all. But we don't have to feel helpless anymore about it, and not just for the Sussexes, but for anybody else. Like for instance, oh, I know what photo I wanted to share. I'm so sorry, you guys, and it's been right there. It's been right there. I didn't put it in the slide, and I got it. Let me do this. I will get that photo, and then we'll have our last word, and we will say goodnight to one another. And it's not the Sussexes, so if you guys need to call it a night, don't let me keep you awake. Do that. Okay, and matter of fact, I just found this. I just found this earlier today. Okay, and incoming. Here it comes. Again, Eldridge, thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Good Friday to you, and thank you so much for the super sticker. Okay. Huh? Huh? Look at that. That's history right there. That is history. Aside from the one on the left being my new favorite photo, this one is too. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, United States Supreme Court Justice designate Ketanji Brown Jackson. Love that photo. Love the look on her face. I mean, she's already a federal judge, and it's all still new to her. and it's like she's taking us with her. So I love that. And with that, last word of the day. Who wants it? Who wants it? Yes, yes, we need to pray for the Sussexes because even though they're there, that's a good point. That is a great, great point. Even though they're over there, that's not enough. They need all the prayers and all the positive energy, all the great thoughts and optimism that we can send them. Yeah, you're right, Mary H. Keep praying for the Duke and Duchess. The deranged are more deranged now, and pray for each other at this holy weekend. I'd say amen to that one. Okay. Okay. I laughed so much today. I'm aching now. Thank you, Baron and Squatties. Looking forward to the rest of the week. Me too, Navi. I am. Oh, Sean, where you been? I wonder how the Queen looked at. I've been thinking about the same thing. How is the Queen looking today? Let's find out, shall we? I was thinking the exact same thing. Let me see. I know the Queen has some opinion, and and because she's been on such good behavior, pretending to be a senile old lady, I think she has earned the right to be heard. So, this is dedicated to you, Sean. Uh-oh. I have to take this off the screen first. Sorry about that. We'll do it again. And go, Your Majesty. All right, you guys. That's it for today. Thank you so much. And thank you for the super chat, Sean. And, oh, what the heck, since we're here. Good night, y'all. I am going to Ginger Avenger, but I'm going to do this one too because I just feel like it. That's it. That's it. Thank you so much. Oh, so I am gonna hop on my bicycle, even though it's nighttime. But don't worry, I'm wearing my helmet and reflective gear. I'm gonna go and find me a pint of Ben and Jerry because there is a pint of Ben and Jerry with my name all over it. New York Super Fudge Chocolate Chunk. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Tomorrow will be the same time, not like this time, but the other time. If it seems like there's some stuff that comes out later, then we'll come back later. I promise you, I did not mean to stay on for 2 hours tonight, but if there's stuff to be seen, we'll do it again. Does that sound okay for everybody? If you're up to it, we'll see how it goes. But I wasn't expecting that many people tonight, but you guys showed up and showed out, and I do appreciate it. And again, thank you all for everything. Much love. Yes, yes, I do need to rest. I I do. I need to rest. It was busy today. I'm not going to talk so much tomorrow, but yes, because along with all the talking has been researching, and I have been tethered to this computer all day. But I'm just excited for the Sussexes, and I want everything to go well as possible. So I am totally invested, and until the closing ceremony and they are safely ensconced in their Montecito home, I am going to be here for it. So I hope you all will too. And again, let's keep praying. Good night, everybody.